All right, everybody, it looks like we are live. And I just want to welcome you to our weekly live stream. This is Get Noticed with Video. And here's the question I want to explore tonight. The question is, so you've been saying that you want to do more video. You've been saying, hey, I'm going to record more videos. I'm going to do more live streams. I'm using video in my business. But then, where do I find the time? I've got so many other things to do. I'm working with clients. I'm creating this. I'm making this offer. And so you forget about and you neglect the space for videos. But videos can give you such a return on your investment. So we need to talk about this time management. So tonight's topic is going to be 3 ways that you can do more videos in less time. I'm going to give you a few minutes to go get yourself something to drink, your favorite water or whatever it is you want. Come back and let's talk. And if you've got questions or comments, leave them here because I'm here with you live. All right, I'll see you in a few. All right, everybody, it's Tanya Smith here again, and I want to welcome you back to Get Noticed with Video Live. This is our Thursday, so we go live every week, usually the same bat time, same bat channel, right? I am right now actually checking a couple of things and saying hello because I see some of my wonderful, amazing, incredible community members, video VIPs in the house. Virginia, Jen, hey, greetings to you as well. And Michelle, it's wonderful to see you, lady. So look, if you are inside of my video VIPs community, then you have special access to ask questions, to commune with other people who are in video marketers in progress. That's what we call our VIPs. Now, if you're new, and this is the first time you've ever watched me on live stream, I want you to type in hashtag newbie. But if you've been watching for a while, I want you to type in hashtag OG. That's how we identify here. And that gives me a chance to say hello and to also acknowledge you personally. So again, my name is Tanya Smith. For those of you who don't know me, and this may be your very first time watching because we literally just got access to LinkedIn Live. I think it was last week was our very first episode. So I want to welcome you no matter where you're coming from. If it's LinkedIn, if it's YouTube, if it's any of my Facebook spaces, we're going live and broadcasting in all of those spaces at once, as well as Twitter. So I welcome you, and I'm so excited that you're here. I do want you to know that I am literally here live. So if you have questions or comments on this topic of time management, we need to definitely dive into this and talk a little bit about this. So let me pull up some information. Let's see, first and foremost, today's topic. This is it, 3 ways to get more videos done in less time. Before I go there, there's one more quick announcement that I do want to make, and that is that tomorrow, which is Friday, the 30th of April, first of all, I can't even believe that we're already heading into May of 2021. Time is moving so quickly. We're talking about time. It's always just like moving. But tomorrow we're going to be at Clubhouse. I'm actually keynote speaking at noon Eastern at the Clubhouse Summit 2, which is brought to you by my friend and amazing colleague, Mike Wayne. He is awesome and has put together just a bevy of incredible speakers over the entire week. This Clubhouse has been going, almost 24/7, right? So the room that you're looking for is Clubhouse VIP Connections, or maybe it's Clubhouse VIP Room. Here's what I'll tell you. If you go to clubhousesummit2021.com, you'll be able to get access to the schedule and everything that you need right there. But anyway, I don't want to digress too far because we're talking about getting more videos done in less time. So I'm going to acknowledge you. A few of you are showing up. And so I have a newbie in the house. Wonderful. It's so awesome to see you here. Ms. Pam, as always, I love seeing you as well. So I love that this new time, we've moved to a later time to accommodate more folks and to accommodate me. I needed a little break in between things. But let's talk about this whole idea of having a break as well as getting things done, because one of the things, or the reason why this topic is so relevant, is when I talk about video. First of all, I talk about video marketing from a simplification standpoint. So my goal when I work with coaches, consultants, course creators is to help you to simplify video strategies so that you can serve more people and sell more services. If you're going to be able to do that, you have to be able to make time to leverage the videos that you're so excited about creating. And one of the things that I hear the most, besides the fact that many people that come to me say, I want to be more professional in my videos, I want things to flow and to be really smooth. I hear that a lot. But I also hear, I want more time. I need to figure out how to create consistency. Because here's the thing, if you're not consistent with creating and producing and distributing videos, it's not going to do you any good. You can get excited about doing the one video that you did 2 weeks ago, but it's only going to get so much traction. Now, if you have it on a spot like YouTube, if it's a platform where people are searching and they may find it, even 2 years later, that's awesome. But there still has to be some relevance, and you still need to have some consistency in creating quality content in the form of video. If video is going to be a central part of your marketing, which I would argue that in most cases it should right now. And I've talked about that a lot. So you can find any of my videos that tell you that. We won't spend too much time on it now. But yes, I love it. I love it. And there's one of my OGs. Yes, ma'am. Good to see you. So here's the thing about time and creating that space. There's 3 tips that I want to focus on, but we can get into whatever questions you have about this, because I do get it. And I could tell you that given my own crazy, hectic schedule, being a dual careerpreneur, if that's a word, with 2 daughters, 3 dogs, and a traveling husband who I haven't seen since August of last year, I can tell you that there is a lot on my plate, and there's probably a lot on your plate too. So we all only have 1,440 minutes in a day. But what we do with it really is a reflection of where we're saying you matter. Whatever this activity is, it matters. So if video is going to be a part of your marketing strategy and it matters to you, you've got to find the way to make time. But how do you do it? You might be asking, how? How can I find that time? Someone in my community in the video VIPs actually mentioned this earlier. And at first I started to feel a little bad. And I'm like, I need to do better at giving them some time management strategies. But ultimately, it is a decision. It's a decision that you make. So I'm going to start there, and then we'll dive into the 3 reasons or the 3 ways. But I have to start by just making sure to put it back on you and to say, you have to decide what's most important. Now, my daughter, she talks about how busy she is. She's a college freshman. She's taking exams. She's working part-time. She's playing soccer. She's doing all these different things. And she tells me how busy she is. But the next time they have a Nike shoe sale or they have a sale at Dick's Sporting Goods outlet, she makes time for that. Magically, it's like, oh, I had 30 minutes to drive there and to go buy this pair of shoes. So it's all in what we decide. That's where our time can open up, is if we make the decision that we're going to make more time for that thing. And there has to be some relevance and some importance to that activity. So if video is priority for you, I'm sharing with you, hear it from my heart, you can make the time to do it. So let's talk about the 3 tips. And again, if you have questions, if you want to know about any type of tools that I use or systems or process, we can talk about that. So make sure you put your questions inside the chat, because I'm paying attention. I'm scanning through. So here's tip number 1. Tip number 1 is this. You have to schedule dedicated time and space. Now, when I say this, and when I talk about making room in your calendar, you see that note there? When you're making room in your calendar, what it means is not just, let me make room to actually record the video, but it also means, let me make sure that I'm making room to script the video. Like, have I put some bullet points together? And it doesn't have to be a full-blown script. It could be, a couple of sticky notes, but something that keeps you organized and on track for the amount of time that you're saying you want to invest in creating the video. So if the video, for instance, is intended to be less than 10 minutes, then you need to map out a bulleted script or an outline that gets you to the 10 minutes or under that, right? So you want to map out time for scripting. You want to map out time for recording the video. So for me, I've created this space every single week. I know that I have at least 30 minutes that I have dedicated to doing a weekly live stream. And the benefits that you reap when you're that consistent, oh my gosh, they're numerous, but just a couple of things for you to keep in mind. The more reliable you are on camera, the more you're going to grow your audience, because people tend to know, like, and trust you. They're going to trust that you're going to be back next week at the same time. They know when to come and find you. They know when to come and engage with you online. So the more consistent you can be, and the more you actually dedicate that time and space to scripting, recording, and then also producing and distributing. Now, there's less production time involved when you're doing live streaming, because literally what you see is what you get. I'm doing this live right now. If I mess up, or if my camera freezes, which it was freezing earlier, if that happens, hey, it is what it is. I have some backups in place, which I'm going to talk about next. So tip number 2 is this. If you want to make more time, always have a backup plan. So the first tip was schedule that dedicated time and space. So set aside the time on your calendar, let it be regular time. I know that I'm going to record, like I said, every Thursday, like clockwork. That's my dedicated time and space. I know that I'm going to have it transcribed and converted into a blog over the weekend. So sometime between Friday and Sunday, it's going to be converted into a blog post. And then there's other conversions that I do with my video content to repurpose it, right? And it's done on a schedule every week. But here's the thing. I am human, and so are you. And so we need to have a backup plan in place and ready to go, because there's a potential for something to happen. There's a potential for something to happen in your life, whether it's a loved one or it's yourself, or it could be a number of things. It could be illness, but it could be something else that's super exciting that happens. There could be another commitment that gets added to your calendar or to your day that is higher priority. So always have a backup plan if you're trying to create more videos and you want to do it on a regular and more recurring basis. Have a backup plan. For me, what I tend to do, because I usually don't get sick often, it's just very rare that I do. And I'll tell you, the thing that used to throw me off more when I first started this was not being sick. It was definitely that I was exhausted, and I would be tired, and I'd be running home from work trying to jump into the seat and, get things done. But part of my backup plan that I set up was always having my equipment ready to go. I have my camera in place. I've got my laptop ready so that when it is time, I can jump into the seat. The other thing that I have thought about, and I use now more frequently from a backup standpoint, is that I make sure that I am intentional. So here's the thing. Let me be real. Can I be transparent? If I can be transparent, I just want you to put a thumbs up in the comments, or just give me a like on this video. Here's the thing. The thing that used to hold me back, and I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you ladies, was I didn't like it if my hair wasn't perfect. I didn't like it if I felt like my face looked too drawn or too tired, or I had bags under my eyes, or whatever it might be, right? So one of the things that I have in my backup kit, some of you know this, type it if you know what I'm getting ready to say, is my favorite baseball cap. So I have a favorite bad hair day baseball cap that I'm just going to pop on when I'm doing that video, because I want to make sure that I get it done. What about for the bags under my eyes and for the makeup And for the, just semi-glam, because I'm not a glam girl, I always have a really simple plan when it comes to my clothing items. Most of the time, you're going to see me in black because it's just one of my favorite things. Besides the fact that that's mostly what I have in my wardrobe, it's really easy to choose from. And I know that sounds simple, but it is part of your backup plan. Should be whatever needs to go into your kit, air quotes, whatever should go into your kit that will help you to remove any potential roadblocks so that you can keep going, right? But there are going to be times when you just truly are not feeling it and it's just not coming for you. And you need that energy. You need to be ready to go and to deliver your best when you're on camera, right? So when you cannot, you just aren't feeling it, tip number 3 is going to help you out. This is something I will be honest, I have not explored and done. I've explored it, but I haven't done as frequently as I probably will in the future. Bundling. Think about bundling videos. So look, again, we all have the same amount of time in the day. What I'm finding is that there are some really successful video content creators. And one of the things that is a common theme and a trend amongst most of them is bundling of videos. Now, I'm going to tell you my reasons why I haven't, but then I'm also going to say that I'm open to trying it out because here's the thing, especially if you're creating short form content, like you're creating, Instagram stories or you're doing TikToks or reels and that type of thing, which I still have not fully embraced. I'm working on it. But how do you get that done? Right? Because you keep hearing things like, well, you got to do one every day, right? Or you have to do them at least 3 to 5 times a week. Who has the time for that if you're really literally income generating? If you're out there serving clients and you're doing the things, all the things that your business requires, right? Well, bundling can be potentially an answer to that. What I mean when I say bundling is that you pick a certain day. And so this is going to become your recording day. And maybe it is Saturday morning. Maybe it is Wednesday night, whatever works for you and for your calendar. But you're going to set aside an hour to 2 hours and you're going to create several videos at once. So can you imagine how much time that would save you, especially if you're uploading and you're not doing live stream, but you're uploading pre-recorded videos to your feeds and to your YouTube and to your other platforms? Imagine how much time that will save you if you can bundle. Because now, if you have a whole hour that you can deliver or create videos, if each of your videos is 10 minutes long, or each of your videos is, let's say, 60-second clips that you're using in those spaces, 30-second clips that you're using in those spaces that I just talked about, you can get a ton of those done. You can do retakes even, right? So this is something that I personally am getting ready to start challenging myself to do more of, because if you really want to have consistency with your video presence, one of the best ways to do that is to have more video ready to go, especially for those times when you are not feeling it. Now, that's one of the reasons why, and thank you so much for typing these in for me. One of the reasons why I'm going to answer your question too, Michelle, why I have not done bundling is this. And again, I'm always transparent. I can't help but be that. I personally get a lot more energy. I get energized by being on here with you, right? And seeing your questions and engaging with you and answering your comments and acknowledging and high-fiving you. I get energy from that. So when I do pre-recorded, I just don't get the same energy. At least that's what I've told myself. That's the excuse I've given myself. So I'm about to get over that and make an effort to do more. You've got to think about what will work for you. If your end game, your end result, and the outcome you want is to be able to have more content ready to go, then why not experiment and at least be willing to put your toe in the water? So I'm going to put my toe in the water. I'm committed to that. And I'll tell you how it goes with bundling of videos. So I'm going to check for questions in a minute. But before I do that, let me recap real quick the 3 tips on how you can do more videos in less time. The first one is this: Schedule dedicated time and space. So get it on your calendar. Like I always tell my kids, if it ain't on the calendar, it ain't happening. So when I put live streaming on my calendar a couple of years ago and decided I'm going to do this at least for a year, I'm going to commit to it and see how it works. I had to put space on the calendar so that everybody knew, and it was blocked time and it was dedicated only solely to doing lives. So think about that. Number 2 is have a backup plan or a backup kit. What are you going to do that will keep you from telling yourself that you can't do video? What do you need in your backup kit that will help you to keep going even when you don't feel like you need to go? My friend Charvette Mitchell, she is amazing when she creates content and when she creates video. She did a little video the other day that I was like, man, that is super smart. She had a little makeup kit that she was sharing in her video. It's a kit that she keeps at her desk so that she's always ready to go because she is a glam girl. I am not, but she is. So she's always ready with her kit next to her desk where she's going to be recording. So that's an idea for her that may work for you for your backup kit, whatever that kit might look like. Maybe it looks like you have sticky notes in it or a pen or anything that might be, again, will keep you from saying, oh, I'm not doing it because this is not right. So for me, my baseball cap is definitely in the kit. And the third and final one is think about bundling videos. So put together videos in a bundle style, meaning set aside a time, a dedicated space and time to record multiple videos in one sitting. You know what you can do if you're worried about looking the same in every video is you can have, a change of clothes that's ready, that's nearby in your studio area, wherever you're recording. You can change your location in that hour that you're creating multiple videos. There's all kinds of things you can do. So get creative. Don't limit yourself, right? But if you can get, let's say, 5 videos done in one sitting, and now you're sorting those out and making sure those go out on a regular schedule and cadence, imagine how much time you're going to save. So I'm going to take a look real quick and see what questions we have from the audience. Miss Michelle has a question for me. She says, how do you download your videos in Facebook? Oh, so this is a question in regards to videos specifically in Facebook. Now in Facebook, here's what I do. So I don't even have to do this anymore, but in answer to your question, I'm going to give you 2 different answers. So what I do personally is because I use Restream or I use StreamYard. Tonight I'm using Restream as my platform for streaming live to you. There is an ability for you to be able to go into their library for both of those apps for sure, StreamYard and Restream. There's a download library where you can go and you can actually pull the recording, which I do immediately after we're done. So as soon as we're done here tonight, I will go in and download that recording. So I have my HD copy of my live stream and I store those and I organize them into a folder inside of my Google Drive. From there, I have an assistant, I have a support person who will take my video, have it transcribed, and then convert it into a blog post for me. So that's one way. Another way, if you don't use an outside or external third-party platform like Restream or StreamYard, you're just using native Facebook, for instance, or native YouTube Live, or now even native LinkedIn, although I'm not exactly sure where to pull the download or the file in LinkedIn. We need to find that out. In Facebook, you can go to Edit Post. So when you're inside of your Facebook video, so you're on your page, for instance, your business page, click on your video so that it opens up to the big window. Click on the 3 dots that you're going to see over to the upper right corner, those 3 dots that are side by side, and click Edit Video or Edit Post. That will give you the ability to be able to make edits, to do captions, and also I believe in that same area, that same menu, you'll find download video. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. On the free version, not on the free version, you're talking about StreamYard, I think, Michelle. So I see your note there. So yeah, if you're on StreamYard or Restream and you have the free version, you may have limited capabilities. That is true. So if you're using an external platform that's a free version and they don't give you the capability, you definitely will want to go inside of Facebook itself and pull it. Okay. All right. What other questions? And I see your follow-up note as well, Michelle. Yes, absolutely. It is one of the benefits. It's just one of those conveniences of when you have the paid or the premium version of those third-party platforms. I love that I can pull the HD version because I want to broadcast on YouTube at a different rate, where Facebook Live limits you to 720 pixels. And I believe that LinkedIn does as well. But YouTube gives you the full 1080. So I love that. Let's see what else if we have in here. I'm so glad you hopped in to hear Virginia Jen. You too, Miss Pam. Anita, thank you so much for showing up as a newbie, ma'am. All righty, folks. If I don't have any questions, then I'm just going to remind you to join me tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be doing a keynote. I'm going to be talking about how to nail your next live stream at the Clubhouse Summit. That's clubhousesummit2021.com. Definitely take a look. There's Miss Devana. It's good to see you, lady, from South Carolina in the house. If you are on Clubhouse, you need to have an iOS or Apple device at this time, but very soon, from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, they're going to have an Android app. So be ready to join in on Clubhouse and do some audio chatting with us. We have a room over there as well. Miss Kelly is asking a question. Kelly, can I ask you what camera you are using? I am using right now a Sony A6400. So it's a Sony A6400, and I do enjoy it, but I will tell you recently, even to as recent as today, I saw some glitches happening, but I don't believe that it's the camera. I love how clear it is. Can you see how clear it is? Like, if I switched up my cameras to my old Logitech C922, you could see a real difference. But what I love about it is that it is super clear and easy to use, and it gives me just high quality visuals. The glitch that I saw was that when you have a DSLR camera or a camera such as the Sony, you're going to have to use something called Cam Link or another converter. It's like a USB adapter that has to plug into your computer so that your computer recognizes the camera as a webcam. And what I think I need to do is to potentially upgrade my firmware, my software on my Cam Link, so that it doesn't freeze up. But luckily it hasn't frozen up yet, so that's awesome. All right, Devonna asked what time tomorrow. I will be on at noon Eastern, but there's a ton of other incredible folks that are speaking and talking and chatting and sharing all of their knowledge and their wisdom nuggets on the Clubhouse Summit 2021. So clubhousesummit2021.com. If you go to that page, you'll see the full schedule. But I will be on Friday, April 30th, doing the keynote about live streaming at 12 noon Eastern. So excited to see you there. And hopefully in the near future, as Android opens up for that app, we'll see you over there too. The other thing that I'll mention really quickly is that I'm working diligently on setting up so that I can actually do live streams and broadcast through Clubhouse at the same time. So once I get that figured out, because it's taken me a couple weeks now and a couple of purchases that I've had to return, once I get that figured out, then I'll definitely be sharing that with my folks in the Video VIPs community. If you would like to join and you want to get connected over at the Video VIPs community, I'll pop that up real quick before we exit here. But we're at Video VIPs on Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter. But this is where I spend the bulk of my time sharing what I know and what I can about video marketing. All righty, folks. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for another evening of fun and letting me share a few little nuggets and just some perspective with you that I've learned Hopefully, you've gotten something out of this. And if you have, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and share with a friend or a business colleague who is also a coach, consultant, or course creator, because they may want to be simplifying video so that they too can serve more people and sell more services. All right, folks, I will see you next time. Thank you again for watching and take care.